whether it is Campa Cola, the Adarsh scam, or even encroachments by developers, illegal construction and malpractices are not new to the Indian housing market. And this is one major pitfall you could face if you're not careful. How common are these? Lakshmi Sivadas finds out.
Manoj Pachori, who resides in Bangalore's Pi layout locality, is an unhappy man. The car park in his apartment complex has been converted to a commercial area, which is a deviation of the building plan submitted to the BBMP. The society will now have to pay several lakhs as fine for the building violation. Unfortunately, Mr. Pachori found out about the issue too late.
So when we approached these BBMP officials, they told us clearly that, these are the irregularities that you have. The building is not built as per the sanction plan, or the sanction plan itself may be fake.
Colonel Ravindran is in the same boat as Mr. Pachori. His apartment complex's developer firm folded up before completing the apartment. The firm is now being run as 3 different entities, making legal proceedings a hurdle.
A group of people get together, form a partnership firm, start a construction company, make a building, and then sell it off. And once the building is more or less completed and people have moved in, they wind up their office and move elsewhere.
Manoj and Ravindran are just 2 home buyers among thousands across the country who search for their dream homes and unknowingly buy projects riddled with illegalities and violations. Authorities estimate that Karnataka state alone has over 9,000 high-rises that have some element of illegal construction.
It can mean that the developer has done deviations in terms of height. It can mean he's built an extra floor. He's deviated on the setbacks. So it can be 50 different types of deviations, and that's all the more reason why the prospective buyer should check if the approved plan matches with what he's getting in hand from the developer.
So what are some of the most common illegalities customers should look out for? Experts say that constructions on encroached land is the most common illegality. Another malpractice is the deviation from plans sanctioned by the local bodies in order to build additional floors, parking spaces and commercial spaces. Builders also invite applications for allotment without securing clear titles, and finally also fail to furnish the occupancy certificate that deems a building suitable for occupancy. Any of these offences can result in the government cutting the essential services, as in the Campa Cola case, and even eviction.
I would recommend buyers to do 3 rounds of checks. First, have a lawyer with you. Second is have a good property consultant advising you. And third is also having a structural architect advising you on the structural soundness of the project. What I would also recommend prospective home buyers to do is check if banks have approved loans for the project. Check if the developer has got the project or the developer himself is rated.
What's worse is that customers most often are left with little legal recourse, as the buyer-seller agreement is heavily leaning towards the seller or the builder.
First class builders, they are adding many clauses. I can say these kind of dotted line agreements where the purchaser's bargaining power is completely restricted. You have to sign the document as it is you are a third party. You are making the payment, but you have no right.
So if you are planning on buying your dream home, experts recommend that you get a property expert or a lawyer on board to help inspect the building and with the paperwork. With Govind Murthy in Bangalore, Lakshmi Sivadas for NDTV.